Commence primary ignition.
This is the way. This is the way. I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is another week of Mando Talk. What is up, all of you Ugnaughts and Jawas? And yes, indeed, this is Mando Talk, and I am your host, as always, Caleb Keller. And man alive, I am injected with energy this evening because we've got some great topics to discuss, a great trailer to discuss, a great special look to discuss here we're going to talk about here off the top here in a second. And joining me to do that is none other than Zach Horvath. Zach Horvath, how are you doing on this lovely, lovely, lovely evening? Oh, I've lost you. We can't hear you, boss.
Oh, I'm live now, baby.
There you are.
I'm live. They unmuted me. No, it's I'm happy to be here. I'm so happy they muted me. So much to talk about. Long week, but what a week for Star Wars content, man.
Dude, and again, it was one of those weeks where I was like, is it really going to get like intense? But then, you know, as the week just started going, news came out, trailer came out, more trailer came out. So I'm excited to talk about some things. Now, while we're here off the top, I do have, as far as like a schedule change announcement that I do want to make aware to all of our listeners. So first of all, this live stream you are hearing this on our podcast platform as well. This is coming out on Monday, but we are making an adjustment with that. This is going to be the last podcast episode that comes out on a Monday morning because, well, you know what? Here's our schedule. If you're on YouTube, hopefully you can see this schedule pretty well. On Tuesday nights, coming up soon, you know, I've come to love just talking about other, like, content, like universes, and that's why I just have it labeled right now as talking other universes, you know, Marvel, DC, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, like all of this stuff that I've come to love as well. You know, I just wanted to go ahead and use this platform to talk about that stuff too. So I'm going to be going live on Tuesdays. We'll probably start that the week of August 30th, talking about other universes, and that's exclusively on YouTube. Thursdays, we'll continue to do our normal thing, our YouTube live over Star Wars news, but here's the change as far as podcast goes. Friday mornings is when our podcast episode is going to be released each week, and that's just going to be an audio version of our Thursday Star Wars live stream. The reason why we're making that adjustment is Disney Plus and Lucasfilm and Marvel and all of them have made this decision now to start putting their shows out Wednesday nights. And so we figured, you know, eventually it'd be good for us to do spoiler discussions on Thursday night live streams, and then that can just easily transition into, you know, our podcast platform where Mando Talk has always been about like reviewing Mandalorian, eventually Book of Boba Fett, Bad Batch, like anything, you name it. But it does seem like Disney Plus is transitioning into a Wednesday day release of TV shows. So I figured that schedule would seem best. Zach, do you have anything to add to that? Did I like miss anything as far as why we, you know, kind of collectively work together to come up with that decision?
No. And, you know, there is something else that needs to be brought up, right?
Yeah, that's true. Do that.
So, you know, I love being on Mando Talk, okay? I don't want to lead off in the negative. It's been amazing, and I love you guys so much, and I love doing the live talks. However, I'm going to be venturing off and doing my own thing. I'm going to be it's going to be called Video Game Nightcap. So if you know, you have some time, come on over to Video Game Nightcap. We're going to be reviewing video game news. So just like this, you know, we talk Star Wars here. We're going to be talking video games. It's going to be every weeknight, 7 p.m. CST. So if you guys are interested in that, come check it out. I'm plugging myself on Mando Talk. But all that's to say, I'm not disappearing, okay? I'm going to be around. With this being at 8:30, I'm definitely going to try to hop in. You're going to see more faces than just me, which some of you guys might be happy about. And I'm really excited to watch. But I just want to say thank you for the time being. It's been months and months now, right?
Yeah,
Full
hell,
Bad Batch.
Yeah.
It's been amazing, and it's really y'all are the reason I want to do my own thing. I mean, this is amazing, and we're gonna keep cross collaborating. You may see Keller on VGN, and we're gonna be going back and forth. We may be doing some other stuff. A lot of cool stuff cooking on our end. So I just want you guys to be aware if you don't see me around as much. That's why.
Yeah, well, like you said, anytime a Star Wars game comes out and you want me to hop over on VGN, I'm there, dude.
You're going to be on there. You're going to be my first call. I'll be like, we got to get you on this. Don't worry.
I would have a blast with that. But I'm glad you mentioned the time slot. You know, VGN, 7 o'clock every night on YouTube. So, you know, go check that out. You know what? I need to put the the link to VGN's YouTube channel. I'll put it in the description for those of you that want to check out Zach, you know, doing his thing. But again, one more reminder before we get into our show. Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Central Time, live on YouTube, talking about other universes, just anything in the Geekverse. Thursdays, we'll continue to do our thing, 8:30 Central Time on YouTube, live, talking Star Wars news exclusively. And then Friday morning, a podcast version of that Thursday night live stream will be coming out. And I'll go ahead and announce it. Rebel Scum Texan DJ Foster is coming aboard, and I can't wait to, you know, get him on next week. I think next week we have planned to have all three of us, at least that's in the plan right now, to be talking about the Mandalorian, the Disney Gallery, the Mandalorian coming out. That comes out next Wednesday, and again, that's why we made that transition. Thursday we'll be able to talk about it, spoilers, and then Friday a podcast of that live stream will come out. So I can't wait. But you know, anything else that we need to add to any of that?
I think that's it. I'm ready to get into Star Wars.
Let's do it. So we've already alluded to this Disney Gallery thing, so let's just go ahead and talk about that. Actually, Zach, you want to go ahead and hit that news piece?
I got you. All right, so this is one of our off the tops, actually. So Disney Gallery, The Mandalorian, released an official clip of the making of the season 2 finale. So we've been talking about this, and it's Dave Filoni being interviewed.
Goodness gracious, man.
What an amazing piece of Star Wars content, okay? Just get Dave Filoni in front of the camera, have Luke Skywalker walking around. You're going to be crying by the end of it, all right? This little snippet, I think you may have been on Twitter saying like, I can't believe we haven't seen more of it. And then they dropped this little nugget, and it's like
11 hours later.
It's like, oh yeah, this is all I needed, man. I can't wait for this. If you guys haven't seen this clip, you need to go watch it because it's gonna get you hype even more for this gallery. What'd you think of it, Keller?
Dude, 50 seconds of just pure emotions already. I shared this on Twitter, so at Mando Talk, follow us on Twitter. Dave Filoni, first of all, the jacket, the mud horn, the signet on the side. Come on, where can I get that? I'm sure that's an exclusive for people on set. But Dave Filoni, man, he gets Star Wars. Like, that's really simple and it's cliche to say, but it's fact. It's truth that he just understands the franchise. He understands the content. He understands who it is meant for. It is not meant for 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds. It's meant for kids, and he gets that. Technically. But here we are. I'll be talking about it until I die. But, but Dave Filoni, man, it just blows me away. You know, like you said, put Dave Filoni in front of a mic, let him talk, and I'm there. But then, you know, seeing Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker, the emotions, it was there, and it was 50 seconds. I can't wait to see the full thing. And, you know, again, another shameless plug. I can't wait to talk about it like crazy next week.
Yeah, I'm so hyped for this last, and it would be my last hurrah, as some may say, right?
There you go.
my last full-time Mando Talk.
Sure.
But no, I'm so excited about it. I can't wait to talk to you guys and us just get the vibes going. Mm-hmm. So be sure to share with your peeps if you have anybody watching this gallery. We're going to talk about it next week. I can't wait to watch this because this little snippet got me so hyped. I can't wait to watch the full thing.
It did. It got me hyped as well. What's next on the Off the Top?
All right. Then we got the Star Wars The Bad Batch concept art. Seems to confirm that the final location, season 1 finale, spoilers here. If you haven't watched Bad Batch, season 1, okay, you're gone now. The season 1 finale is in fact Mount Tantus on the planet Wayland.
Correct.
I mean, cool, right?
Yeah,
That's good
and I
stuff.
wanted to hear your thoughts on just that sentence. Like, what did you think when you read that? Because for you, that probably just means a whole lot of nothing.
For me, all right, we got the planet name and we got the mountain that they're in. All right, I like it. But I think in the Discord, was it the Discord we were talking about this?
Oh yeah, it was the Discord. It was the Discord. Always the Discord.
Yeah, be sure to, it's in the description. Go join the Discord if you like talking Star Wars, more than just with us. You can come hang out with everybody in there. It's awesome. But I learned a bunch of stuff, and this is a perfect example of it. When I first read this or heard about it, no idea what it means. I go in the Discord, boom, you guys tell me exactly what's going on. I love it so much. That makes me love the season finale part, the end, way more.
Yeah.
What do you think of this?
Man. Well, first of all, talk about convenient timing. I mean, it was last month where I finally read Heir to the Empire in its entirety, and this is where this planet comes from. Wayland is introduced in Heir to the Empire, the first novel of the Thrawn trilogy, and I can't really speak on it as much as other people out there because I have yet to read the second and the third of the trilogy, and from things that I've seen, it becomes even more important. But really, in the first novel, the one that I've read, Wayland is just heavily hinted at that Palpatine has all kinds of crazy tech and scientific things going on, and me as a reader and knowing some things already about the franchise, it's cloning, and it just seems to connect. And Thrawn's heavily, involved and incorporated with trying to understand this planet and get inside the mountain. So anytime there is a potential of getting Thrawn involved in any way, I'm here. Already, after reading Heir to the Empire and seeing Thrawn in Rebels, I think, again, I've mentioned this on socials before, top 10 character. But the way that they keep on teasing at him and setting up this ability, like we keep mentioning, of Thrawn being Star Wars' Thanos, if you will. Yeah. Like, it's really starting to build up. The evidence is there. The proof is in the pudding that they're really tying at this.
Right? Yeah. Like, I can't wait till they go all in. Just like they did with Thanos in the Marvel MCU. I can't wait till he just turns around and it's somebody, crazy playing him. And they're going to throw all their cards on the table and say, this is Thrawn pulling every single string in all the shows we have going on right now. Man. Boom. It's going to be sick.
It's going to be incredible. Now, asking you, because I think you would have a good read on this, as far as overall for the franchise, the Bad Batch introducing to a lot of people, introducing this location, and then you hop online and you see all these Star Wars fans going crazy about it, and they're like, oh, this is that. Like, does that throw you off? Does that make you feel like you're out of the loop, or are you like, oh, this is good for the franchise?
No. It makes me feel like, oh, wow, they may actually know what they're doing and have their crap together this time around. That's what it makes me feel like.
Okay.
And I think we may have, I keep referencing different things, but we talk about Star Wars a lot. Even though I know we do it here, we talk all the time. We just love Star Wars. So we were texting, and I can't remember what we were talking about, but we were just talking about Bad Batch and what the vibes of it was. And I just remember telling you, like, man, that show was way better than it should have been. It was so good. I really did enjoy Bad Batch, even though there was some negative, episodes. Every season of content usually has some bad episodes. That was good. And then the fact they've got a captain of the ship in Dave Filoni. Finally, we've talked about this. When he got moved up to this new position that they made up for him, AKA captain of the ship, this is more evidence than ever that they have somebody who gets it, right? Just that little interview, he gets it. And gosh, this Dave Filoni guy. I hope he's a good dude. I think we said that before.
Oh.
I hope he's a good dude because man, I love that guy.
Yeah,
he does a good
he
job.
genuinely seems like a great dude. And you're right. Star Wars, in my opinion, is really in a great spot right now. A few years ago, it seemed like there for a minute that things were getting questionable, but I have honestly full confidence at this point of what story they are trying to tell. Because in my opinion, and it sounds like it's your opinion as well, and the entire community, all of these stories, the Bad Batch has no right or need to connect to the Mandalorian, but they're doing it. Like, that's incredible to me that they're getting to that point. Even Rebels is now connecting to all of these different things. It's great to see, and you're right. Guess who has his hand on all of those projects? Mr. Dave Filoni. So props to him, and I hope this concept art is actually true. Because if they're validating the legends, and again, I've said it before, they're pumping out these Essential Legend collections for a reason. It just seems like we keep getting more and more evidence for it.
Yeah, it's all planned. It's all planned. But I think that's all we got off the top. So you ready to get into the old main pieces here?
Let's do it.
All right. So the first main news piece we're going to talk about, according to LRM Online, Obi-Wan Kenobi has wrapped filming. All right. So we got a little predictions. I want to talk about it a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's your percentage for that we see a trailer for this during the Disney Plus day?
Okay, so help me out here because, again, it seems like you were the one that informed me about Disney Plus Day the most.
Uh-huh.
Disney Plus Day is November?
I knew you were about to ask me that. I'm Googling it.
And I knew you started typing away, and I figured that's what you were doing.
I don't know. Keep going.
Okay, well, I have a feeling it's probably going to be in the November month because they're probably going to push out, a final trailer for Book of Boba Fett. But with filming being wrapped, at this point, I would honestly, my percentage of us seeing a trailer or at least a teaser, I'm going like 85%, dude.
Oh, baby, it's November 12th. So for you listener who's going, it's November 12th. It's November 12th. Don't worry. That's from the mouth of Bob Chapek, who is now the CEO of Disney, took over for Bob Iger, one of the goats in the industry.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
But yeah, so November 12th, that's the day. I'm so excited for it, for Star Wars and other reasons. Right?
Yeah.
But I think your 85% is pretty good, man. I was going to go 80 to 90%.
Okay.
I think it's pretty dang high, especially we're 3 months out of that. We're going to see a trailer.
Yeah.
We're going to see something.
And with trailer, don't get me wrong, I don't think it's going to be like well put together, like action packed, like all of the things in it. It could just be, something that we've talked about before. You show a shot of Tatooine, and then all of a sudden you see a hooded guy. He takes his hood off. It's Ewan McGregor, and that's it. Like, I think there's a really high chance of just something to that.
I was going to say something like that. We're going 99%.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
99 to 100%. We're going to see something like that. I'm talking made trailer that's like a minute long. We see characters. We see places. It's a trailer, right? It's going to be a first trailer. Potentially,
almost like the Force Awakens teaser trailer, almost.
Yeah. I like
Finn
that.
Pops up, and then you see a picture of Kylo. You see images of Rey and things like that.
I definitely think if we're talking that, I would go like 85%. I'm going to steal your 85%. But if we're talking something, I'm going almost 100%. I'd go 99.9%.
Yeah.
Right. And DJ says we'll get a teaser for Kenobi in November for sure. 75% chance we see something more than a sizzle reel.
I didn't even think about sizzle reel. That
don't
would just
give me
be
a freaking sizzle
stuff.
reel. Don't give me a sizzle reel.
Yeah.
I'll be okay with it. But if you're actually wrapped filming now, you got plenty of time. Make something work because we see people make trailers while they're still filming. So, you got time.
That's true.
Make it good. The only, I guess that extra 15% of
Doubt.
I don't know-ness goes with it seems they're really, really trying to stick the landing on this show. And maybe they don't show it. A full trailer. Full trailer is what I'm talking about.
You're right. You're right. I mean, they definitely want to make sure that everything is to perfection with this show. There's a lot riding on it.
Yeah.
So, you know, I could see them, if they don't have, like we've kind of mentioned, a legit, well put together trailer, they won't push it out because Kenobi sells itself. Like, let's be real. They could wait until a month before this thing drops to finally actually show footage, and people are going to click and show up.
It's like the Spider-Man trailer that everyone's still clamoring about. I am the biggest Spider-Man. Look, I'm the biggest Spider-Man fan, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I would be okay. This is a hot take. I'd be okay if they didn't drop a trailer. And another thing I say on that is it sells itself, right? It sells itself. And then Kenobi, maybe even more powerfully, at least in the listeners of this show, it sells itself. Mm-hmm. These people, if they ain't got Disney Plus, they're getting it for this show. That's how big a deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, people are putting down money for this. And DJ says the Andor sizzle reel was great, but we need to get a trailer soon for Andor, Kenobi, and Boba. I hope. You're right. We got to get something. Andor is the little is the audible that they may call where we get a full hardcore trailer of Andor and then a sizzle reel.
Oh yeah, because we've seen the full the full
That's
show
true.
of Andor.
That's true. But I definitely think Andor will get a lot more of than Kenobi.
Mm-hmm.
But the Boba thing better be it better be a daggum tent pole of that little Disney Plus day.
Yeah, I mean, I would expect a trailer for Boba before Disney Plus Day.
Yeah, we
right?
talked about when did we say?
Like Monday Night Football.
Monday Night Football. That's coming up.
I don't know. Yeah, it is coming up.
It's like what? Less than a month away? It's 2 weeks away?
It's less than a month for sure.
Yeah,
that's
keep talking.
That's usually when they drop. The Mandalorian trailers in the past have dropped on Monday Night Football games. I mean, it's ESPN. ESPN's owned by Disney. It's all the same thing.
September 13th is the day, folks. September 13th, we're seeing Book of Boba Fett trailer.
It makes sense, man. It totally makes sense.
It has to be that, right?
Yeah. I mean, we're definitely getting like a poster or something for Book of Boba soon. I would think. But we got to wait until this Disney Gallery it comes out before I think they start pushing it.
Yeah, they normally don't drop the little posters until it's trailer time though.
True. Usually the poster drops,
and then trailer, right? Mm-hmm. Just like Eternals. We just got Eternals yesterday and this trailer today. What a freaking trailer.
Dude.
Okay.
Dude, hey, here's a little tease of Talking Other Universes. It'll be a lot more deeper than this when we go live on Tuesday nights to talk about other things. But Eternals, man, that trailer, my goodness.
I've watched it probably 8 times. It is a movie in itself. I cannot wait for the show. I don't know anything about Eternals. I don't know anything about Celestials. I don't know nothing. And if you're listening to me and saying these words, you know as much as I do about what I just said. But by goodness, I can't wait to watch this show. This movie, I should say.
Yeah, it'll look good.
With people. I still haven't been in a theater, folks. I am hurting for the theater experience.
And so, okay. Well, I did go to the theater for Black Widow. Shang-Chi, that is only theater, right?
Only theater. Shang-Chi,
sorry. I
You're
always
right.
mess that up, man.
I just I saw it on Twitter yesterday. But apparently that's getting really good reviews. Really good reviews.
I've heard great things about that movie.
Man, I'm pumped. But yeah, so going back, that's our snippet of Multiverse Tuesdays or whatever.
Talking Other Universes.
Yeah, Talking Other Universes.
Our listeners, come up with a name. I don't have a name for it. If you got a creative name for Talking Other Universes, again, it's Marvel, DC, Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, you name it. Anything in the Geekverse. If you got a name for me, let me know.
Boom. Throw it in the comments, tweet, Discord, whatever you want. But let's move on a little bit. I want to stay in Kenobi for one more second, actually.
100%.
I lied. When are we getting this show, Keller? When's Kenobi coming out?
I really want to say April of 2022. But
And I would say, or what? Go ahead.
I'm just concerned. I'm just concerned about it being that turnaround because I just don't know, what their plan is. Because, they've already committed to Bad Batch next year. Andor is supposedly committed to next year. The Mandalorian 3 is definitely got to be next year.
Andor's done, right?
We have not seen
Tell me.
reports of it being done. So
That's
I
it.
think Kenobi, even though they started working on Andor before Kenobi, I think Kenobi's coming out first.
You think so?
I really think so.
Interesting. I really thought it was going to be Andor in March, Kenobi in May. I thought that's what we were going to sit at, but if Kenobi really is already wrapped, it's very interesting that they're already done. That tells me there's not many episodes, right? Do we know how many episodes there are?
No, we just know that it's like a one-off. Like there's no
So
second
probably like
season.
6 episodes or 8 episodes. Not
Probably
long.
something like that. Yeah.
Kenobi is supposed to drop in 2022. GJ Foster says in the live chat. I was hoping as early as March 2022. So you maybe flip what I said. Maybe it's March Kenobi, Andor in May. But man, it's Kenobi. Drop it in May.
Well,
May the 4th be with you.
Dude, that's a good call too. You know, something else that you have to consider with this conversation. You got to know Marvel's schedule too with their Disney Plus shows, because they're not. I don't think they're in a position to stack them yet.
I think they are.
You think so?
I counter you. Yeah.
Okay.
The reason I say I think they are, okay. There's 2 things. I don't think they will yet, but I think they can because last week was Bad Batch, right?
On a Friday.
Yeah, on a Friday. And I watched the What If right before Bad Batch.
On a Wednesday, right?
No.
You waited?
I mean, yes, but I watched them on both days, right? So I watched What If, and then I watched Bad Batch on the same day. What I'm trying to say is they made it so easy. It was just 2 clicks. I mean, boop, boop, bop, and I watched it.
Sure.
So I think that they could, but I don't think they will.
Yeah,
Not
well, and
yet.
especially since they've announced that they want to release original series content on Wednesdays now. They're not going to use the same day if they do Star Wars and Marvel at the same time. So they would have to adjust that schedule to where one of them's one day and one of them's another day. Like,
And they're not going to do that. They're going to do Wednesdays. So then we're going to have to space them out. And they got 58 Marvel shows coming and 58 Star Wars shows going. How
what
are
a
we gonna
number,
do this?
58, man.
I think that's what I read. 58. No, I'm just kidding. Don't believe that. But seriously, like I don't know how they're going to thread the needle on this. That's a whole conundrum in itself, is the timeline of all these dropping, because you have Andor, Kenobi, and Mando season 3 hopefully next year, right? Are those the big boys? Is Ahsoka filming yet?
I've seen set leaks of images that could be Ahsoka, but again, we don't have proof that Ahsoka is filming.
We'll say not. So
Okay.
those 3. But then you've got a bunch of Marvel movies and Marvel content. I don't remember off the top what's being released next year, but I know there's at least 3. There's like She-Hulk, and then is she
Miss Marvel.
Well, they're saying Miss Marvel is going to come out this year, but
Oh, I thought I read that it got pushed. I thought the only thing that Marvel's putting out this year now is Hawkeye for the rest of the year.
Well, he came out and said Miss Marvel and Hawkeye are coming 2021. And then they announced Hawkeye in like November or October. I can't remember. And then you got Book of Boba Fett. So where are they going to drop Miss Marvel, right? And DJ in the live chat says people will pick and choose what they want to watch regardless of the original content. That drop new content on the regular, and it hasn't interfered yet. At least to my knowledge, it hasn't. So he kind of sits where I am. But in the business side of things, I see exactly what you're saying, Keller. Like, if I had 2 of my show dogs in a dog show, I'm not putting them up against each other.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So,
has there ever been a weekend where one of the sequel trilogy movies came out and they also released a Marvel movie with it? I mean, there's a good chance that did happen at some point, but you don't want to as a company, because again, Disney owns both of them. It's that the analogy you just used is perfect. They don't want to make their own things compete with each other.
But my counter to your counter to my counter is it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I'm already in that. I'm in their ecosystem. They don't care what I'm watching as long as I'm watching.
That's
right?
true. It's kind of like, YouTube. Now we got VGN, we got Mando Talk. You're
Yeah,
gonna watch
it's
both
like,
of them.
I don't care what you watch, just watch one of us. Okay. Like we need support, and Disney Plus needs to add to their like 120 million people that subscribe, which is insane.
It is
by the
insane.
way.
Like, did you see the numbers?
They're number two. They're number two.
Yeah,
I
that's
think,
crazy.
behind Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
and it's only been around for not even 2 years yet.
Mm-hmm. It's insane.
It's so much money they're churning, dude.
But anyway, Kenobi. I expect it like April-ish, May-ish, 2022.
I sit in May is where I sit for Kenobi, just because if I'm Bob Chapek, that's where I'm putting it. But I'm not Bob Chapek, so I'll call him up and tell him. So the next main news piece we got is pretty interesting. Carl Weathers confirms that Mando Season 3 will begin filming next month and that he will return as actor and director. So, we get the little nugget of actor and director. We'll start there. Does that excite you that he's directing again?
Absolutely. And I'll be honest, this might be a little selfish of me, but the last time Carl Weathers directed an episode, he tweeted Mando Talk, man. Like,
he
responded.
did.
We had a conversation there for a second. So I'm hoping maybe that happens again.
That was awesome, dude. I will never forget that. I was sitting on my couch. I read the freaking tweet and I immediately sent it, sent it to you. And I was like, dude.
Yeah.
And we got like hundreds of followers.
Oh, I know. And that was huge for us. So I'm hoping that, Mr. Carl Weathers, help us out again, brother.
That was awesome, dude. That was awesome.
No, for real. It excites me, seeing him in the director chair again, because I thoroughly enjoyed Chapter 12. I think it was titled The Siege, where he went back to Navarro, and we got that incredible shot of, the potential Snoke.
That's right.
Man, incredible. That just clicked with me that Carl Weathers directed potentially one of the most franchise impactful episodes that The Mandalorian has had to date. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's right. And I thought he did a heck of a job. I thought he did a really good job with the action and the content and the jokes and that goofy like blue dude. I thought he did a really good job with him.
Yeah.
And so I hit click enter there. So I am very excited about him being back. Greef is fine as a character. He doesn't really do too much, but I like having him back. It makes me feel good. Does it confirm we're going back to
Navarro?
Navarro, yeah.
That's a great question. And honestly, I'll be completely honest. I love Carl Weathers. I love Greef Karga. But I've been struggling with coming up with Din Djarin's purpose to go back, or, how Greef Karga could help the story move forward. Yeah. Because I'll be honest, I'm ready for, the Mandalore aspect, this Bo-Katan, this connection that they have, this feud that they have potentially just brewing. That's what I am most interested in. So I'm interested to see how Greef Karga could be incorporated, but on the flip side, that gets me a little worried because I don't want to be pulled away from that main draw that I think a lot of the fan base, is feeling right now with The Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I ask, how do we sit on Greef coming back? Because I don't want him to just come back. Like, at least make it organic and then get him on the ship and we can go away from the place, right? What is he doing there?
He's like basically the mayor of
That's
the town.
Right. That's right. I mean, I don't see him leaving, right?
Right. And that's what I'm struggling with, because I'll be honest, actually take that back. Navarro at this point for the Mandalorian is probably like Tatooine. Like, I'd love to go back.
I think that's what it is. I think
he's
going to go back because that's home or something, familiar for him. Greef's going to help him. Eugene, what's her name?
Carano.
Yeah. I was thinking Carla Eugenio. You know who that is? She's the chick from like Son-in-Law. That's her. I was thinking of her for some reason, but the chick that got canned, she's gonna be gone, right? Goodbye. We don't have a Marshall anymore. And then what's his face is gonna come back. I've been doing what's his face all night because I can't remember daggum names today. The good looking guy, Timothy
Cobb Vanth.
Yeah, Cobb Vanth. He's gonna be the Marshal, and we're gonna be good.
Marshal
He's
of
gonna-
Navarro?
Yeah, he's going back. Grief's gonna talk to him through Mando, and then he's gonna be the marshal, and then we're gonna get
Question
him
mark
back
there,
too.
man. Question mark. Only because, I hope
They
to
ain't
see some
even on the
action
same,
between Cobb Vanth and Boba in Book of Boba Fett on Tatooine.
Yeah, no, we're gonna get him on Tatooine. He's coming back. Come on.
We're just
Come on.
reaching on how to get,
Yeah,
Greef.
no, I just want him back. I just want him back. But no, let us know what you guys feel. We haven't really reached out to y'all. What do you think? DJ in the live chat says, I'd like to see Greef. How you spell Greef? Yeah, that's right. Come back to Mandalorian. But his character would have to have some major impact on the story at large. Exactly right.
Mhm.
That's exactly what we're saying. And we agree that don't bring him back just to bring him back. It sounds like he's coming back, though. So
Oh, yeah, he's definitely
What do we
coming
do?
back.
what are we doing with him? Do we tie it to that Snoke thing? Do we pull on that string? Or do we just have him go back there as a, not a cameo, but like, oh, we're back here.
Yeah.
Oh, you lost Baby Yoda. You lost the kid. Oh, wow, that's sad.
And
You got to
that's what
get it back.
That's what I don't want it to become. I don't want it to just be, oh, we're just going to go back there to keep having Carl Weathers' Greef Karga in the picture, in the shot. It's like DJ said, it has to be in an impact role that affects the story, because that's where I'm at now with The Mandalorian. I'll be honest, the episodes of just video game mission, they're fine. Don't get me wrong. I love being in the world. I love exploring the world. But again, I really feel like at the end of season 2, they introduced so much potential as far as lore, with Grogu going with Luke, as far as the conflict between Din and Bo. I think there's too much meat on the bone at this point to kind of go back to the season 1 type vibe. But remember, somebody recently, part of the crew, part of the cast said, it might have been Brendan Wayne, the guy behind the mask, said that we were going to like slow down a little bit and go back to understanding Din Djarin as a character. So maybe that's like we're peeling the onion back and we're going back to Navarro to get a full understanding of Din Djarin himself.
Yeah,
Who knows, though?
maybe you're right. DJ in the live chat says, what if Greef goes out like Han Solo in The Force Awakens?
I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about that.
I think, all right, we're getting dark side, folks. If he gets taken out, it would kind of make sense in the show.
Like almost like a sacrifice kind of thing.
Or just like a, it doesn't even have to have meaning. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I just mean like, that's just how it is, right? It's the Wild West. Bam.
Yeah.
Kill the mayor, right? Maybe something like that. But I don't think they're gonna do that. I think I think he may die. But I if we're going percentages like we do, I'm going 10% that he gets killed.
Okay.
Where do you sit?
5.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. And DJ says that's a good way to kick off a new season. Maybe that's where we start. I pray we don't start there. We had such a good season 2 ending that I think, why not start there?
Yeah.
Why not start?
And
why not start like moments after that? I
Right.
want to see what happens, because
I do too.
just think about everything that just occurred. Like, bam, 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 bam. It's like, all right, what is happening? So that leads me to believe that they may not do that. They may, say some time has gone by and they've separated or whatever. They've gone to Mandalore, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what they're going to do, but man, I'm so freaking pumped about this show.
Same.
If anything, we didn't even talk about this yet. The fact that he said season 3
I forgot about that part.
is filming next month. We didn't even talk about that yet. Huge news. Huge. Finally, something Mandalorian related. Thank you. This is Mando Talk. Welcome back.
Welcome back to Mando Talk.
I'm so happy to be able to talk Mandalorian stuff. And DJ in the live chat says 20% Greef dies in season 3. What do y'all think? Let us know.
Man, let us know.
Greef gonna die?
I do want to, just to portray this, because we have been, kind of saying Greef needs to die or something important for, the character to go forward. I trust the creators, Favreau, Filoni.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. You know,
Yeah.
if they're bringing Greef Karga back for a reason, it's gonna be meaningful. Don't get it wrong. You know, I've enjoyed every episode of The Mandalorian. I'm just thinking, you know, on the outside looking in, I'm trying to, you know, critical think and figure out why this character's coming back. And me being the one that's not part of the talented cast and crew, can't figure out why he's back yet, you know. But I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy, pal.
But also, I think there's a reaction to it because Star Wars has that. I wouldn't say they're not infamous for it, but you know, they sometimes do things just to do things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, we got to bring him back to bring him back. I think it'd be cool if. And I hate. Let's not start with. I think it would be cool if. Like, let's start with. This would be good for Din's story. Bam. And then if we bring Greef back and he dies and it makes Mando go off into search for Grogu because he misses him, or maybe take out the death and Greef's like, you got to get him back, man.
Yeah.
That's your kid. Maybe.
And I just thought of something. And this might be the last thing we say about this because we do need to kind of move on to the next thing.
Sorry.
But think about, you know, The Mandalorian when season 1 came out. It was Pedro Pascal as The Mandalorian. Carl Weathers as Greef Karga. Okay, we still got those two. Gina Carano ain't there no more.
Yeah.
Taika Waititi is IG-11, ain't there no more.
Yep.
Nick Nolte as...
R.I.P.
Yeah, he ain't there no more. So the bones of what The Mandalorian is or was when it initially started is down to those two. So maybe they just feel the need, you know, this is The Mandalorian. We do need to keep that core connected. And those are the only two characters now that are left. I mean, and I left off Grogu, but I was talking about, like, you know, the build-up, the promo for The Mandalorian. It was those people that were listed,
and
but
to be
now
honest,
it's just those two that are left.
Season 2, Greef Karga didn't do much. It didn't do much, and I don't know what's more he can do. That's kind of where we're staying on this. But let us know. I'm overall, I am super excited. He's coming back to direct and act in Mandalorian season 3, and they're freaking filming next month.
That's
go. Awesome. That's awesome, man. I can't wait. All right, moving on here. Next news piece: a new rumor points to JD Dillard's film being reworked as a series, with John Boyega's Finn leading the way, telling the story of Finn pre-Force Awakens and post-Rise of Skywalker. All right, we got to dig into this.
Yeah, we do.
And I want to know what you guys think, listeners, viewers, whoever's out there. How do we feel about Finn's story pre-Force Awakens, post-Rise of Skywalker? Let's start there.
I'll be completely honest. I'm all in on this show. I'm all in on visiting Finn some more.
Wow. Okay.
But if they do this, I want like 25% pre-Force Awakens and 75 post The Rise of Skywalker, because I want them to pull at this thread of Finn being Force sensitive. Like, that is, I feel like that is what a lot of the fans came to believe about Finn, you know, with all the promotion of The Force Awakens, that he was eventually going to be Force sensitive. Then The Last Jedi happens and not even close. But then JJ tried to bring it back. I think that's what a lot of people want to see. And I think maybe that's why this rumor's out there, because that potential is there. So I'm all in on this if it's focused more so on post Rise of Skywalker, so I can get Jedi Finn.
I mean, it has to be that, right? And DJ in the live chat says Jedi Finn all day. It's got to be that story, right? If we're talking pre-Force Awakens and post-Rise of Skywalker, pre-Force Awakens, he sneezes, a broom falls over. He goes, oh my God, I've got the Force. What is this? And then, bam, we're into Rise of Skywalker, and he's out there with that other girl. I don't remember her name. Apologize.
Jana?
Sure. And he's with her, and he's like, you know, man, I don't know what to do with this. Like, I think I have something here, and he's conflicted, and all this just went down with Daisy with Rey and Emperor Palpatine, and everything seems to be good now. Do I dive into the potential of this force that I feel, right? It's got to be that story. I'm hyping myself up about this story. Like when I first read that little snippet of Finn getting his own show, number one, I don't know if I believe it. I got to throw that out there too. This may be one of the little things that either someone just comes up with or someone gets told, right? Barely. Or sneaky, Disney's just, whoop, they're letting it drip to see how people react. And that's a real thing, folks. If you don't believe that, they do that. Everybody does it. They leak information to feel the drip and feel the vibes of the internet.
100%. I mean, you think back to it was Ahsoka being rumored in The Mandalorian came out like well in advance. 100% that came out for a reason to gauge where the audience would be on that transition.
And I mean, I'm good with it. I don't take any offense to it. I'm completely okay with them leaking stuff like this. But overall, I gotta say, the reason I'm most hyped about this, and I am hype. I'm hyped.
And I was going to ask you that because
yeah. I didn't really answer the question. Yes, I'm hyped for this show. I do want it. And DJ in the live set says a Finn series could set up episode 10 and the return of Rey. That's where I was going to go.
Okay.
Give me Rey back. I want her. I need her. I want Poe back. Oh, I just clipped my mic. I'm yelling. I need Poe back. Come on. Get him back, right?
Yeah.
Do we see him? Do we see him in this show? Is Rey coming back going to overshadow Finn's story in his own show?
I don't think so. I think that if it's in the master kind of role or the mentor kind of role of, oh, Finn, I've had these feelings too. I can help you out a little bit. It doesn't have to be every episode, but it's just, an episode here or there. It's
got to be that. If you're going to do this, you got to have Rey. She's so important to his story, at least from what we know. She is integral into his story.
Yeah.
You got to have Rey back. So does Daisy Ridley come back?
Yes.
Okay. That's where I stand.
Okay.
I think she's going to 100% come back.
And I agree with DJ. If they do, in fact, do this series and it's a hit, you can bet your bottom dollar that episode 10 would potentially come out of that. Potentially. Yeah. If it's a success. If everyone loves it.
Dude, Kathy Kennedy already confirmed that this isn't the last of their story, correct?
True. She said that, she has interest in getting the sequel characters back and continuing their story.
Give me a freaking break. Of course she does, because, I know that it's conflicted and blah, blah, blah. They're huge. I've told this story multiple times about, little kids that I've interacted with who love Rey. Mm-hmm. Love Rey. And I've got buddies that love Finn, and they feel like they're, got neglected by what happened to him in the series. So the fact that he could potentially get his own show, big deal, right? We're almost to the Falcon Winter Soldier level of content here, where Finn, let's look at it what it is. Finn's an okay character to me, if I'm being honest. Okay. He doesn't really do much. He is kind of a whiny baby in the first movie. The second one, he is useless because of the writing. And the third one, kind of useless again, right? He does some stuff, but what I'm trying to say is I think he deserves his own show and this time to let him breathe. And he's a good enough actor that he can just eat it up. And then Daisy Ridley coming in, and DJ says Daisy Ridley has said she's open to return. Yeah, that's what I thought. And so perfect. Bring her back. Pay her. Back the truck up. Everyone's going to watch this show. And if they could focus on the Finn storyline of Force stuff, with also making people feel better about these characters. I don't know how they're going to do it, but wow. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. Man, I think I'm a little different from you. Like, yes, I recognize the writing flaws with Finn, but I love Finn. And I love every scene that he's in the sequels, to be completely honest. Even if I'm not appreciative of the moment that's actually occurring, but I am appreciative of seeing John Boyega in that role. I
Okay.
love watching Boyega perform as Finn. And in The Force Awakens, you know, I get that argument. I've heard that argument about Finn being, you know, kind of whiny, but I get it. Like, I get all of his actions performed in that movie.
No, yeah, and again, I think that's what I agree with you, and that's what I'm trying to say is he deserves his own show because that dude is a good actor, and I feel like he hasn't been given the tools to build the right item yet.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, and again, The Force Awakens was great, and he was good in it, but I just feel like there's so much untapped potential with him.
There is. There's a ton of potential for the character of Finn, and I'm
Yes.
here for it. Like, I want to see
telling
all of
me
it.
A stormtrooper who has abandoned his post to join the rebels and is going to be a Jedi.
Is Force sensitive. Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, that just say that sentence. That's got to be on a Reddit thread somewhere already because that is an incredible story. That's all you've got to pitch. And I want that.
100%. Now, there is one other thing that I think I want to talk about with this. JD
Yeah.
Dillard.
Oh, yeah,
We've
yeah.
heard his name numerous times. They have yet to officially announce JD Dillard as far as being attached to a project, but a rumor of a film from him has been out there for a hot minute now. Do you know anything about this guy? Because to be completely honest, I don't.
I know nothing of this person.
Me either. And people go crazy about it. And I don't understand. Like, I don't know if he's worked on
And it goes back to
some
what I've talked
fandom
about.
thing.
What I've with the Acolyte. I don't know those people, and I am crazed out of my mind about that show. So give me some dude I don't know. I don't care. I don't. Did you know John Boyega before The Force Awakens?
Absolutely
Did you know
not.
Daisy Ridley?
Absolutely not.
No. And Daisy Ridley's a humongous star. I mean, John Boyega's huge too. They're all huge. Oscar Isaac may be the biggest one of them all, man. He's coming up in Dune. He looks great in Dune. I can't wait to see what they can do with JD Dillard.
Correct.
Shout out him because we got to get him on the show. Call him up. JD Dillard.
Yeah, JD, come on over. I did a quick search for JD Dillard.
Mhm.
Slight, Sweetheart, Devotion, Stray, and on Google at least, he's credited with Star Wars Episode 9 in some way. I don't know what his role was with The Rise of Skywalker. I don't know if that's actually legit or, you know how Google is sometimes, especially like IMDb. Like, it's just fan ran, basically.
Yeah,
So
they
I don't
just
know if there's truth
profile.
behind that. But yeah, that's interesting. It's
I
interesting.
don't know. What do you guys think? JD Dillard, number one. But number two, what I really want to know about, listeners, what do you think about Finn getting his own series? Because
Let's hear that.
I think we're on the same page. We're hyped for it. Give it to us. He deserves it. We've got the platform for it, Disney Plus. Throw it on there. Everybody and their mother has it now because at that point, Mando Season 3, Kenobi's been out. Everybody's got their Disney Plus subscription.
Maybe the Acolyte at that point by the time that comes out.
Yeah, definitely the Acolyte. I can't wait. I didn't even consider this. I didn't know if it would. I thought they might be done, if I'm being honest, the sequel characters. Just where everything stood and, John Boyega kind of being about Star Wars. And then he's like, no, I take that back because they pay my bills and they back the truck up. I don't know. But that's it for Finn. You good?
I'm good. I'm great. Let's move on to this hot last topic, man. I'm
I know
excited to talk about this one.
We've been digging in pretty deep as I knew we would. But this is a big one. Star Wars Visions. Okay. For you guys who don't know out there, Visions is the new project from Star Wars. They're letting anime studios basically get the IP of Star Wars and do whatever they want with it. It is not canon. And so we're going to get some crazy stuff.
Yeah,
okay?
we are.
And the trailer dropped for this show. It's 7 episodes? 9 episodes? I don't remember.
7, I think, is what it said. I think.
But they're coming, I think, on one day. And they dropped the trailer for it. Like
9.
I said.
It's 9.
This trailer, dude, incredible. Even if you don't want to watch Visions, I say anime and you say ew, go watch this trailer, folks. It is fire. it got me so pumped for this show that I was pretty pumped for already. But you can just feel these people love Star Wars, and they are just having the time of their life to be able to do whatever they want with Star Wars. Keller, what's your take?
Dude, it made me want to run through a brick wall, if I'm being completely honest. Like I mentioned to you before we went live, the music that's inside this trailer, if that could wake me up every day, I would run through a brick wall before, heading out the door to work. Like 1,000%. That trailer, honestly, might be top 3 trailers in the franchise. Like, it executed to perfection. The action was unreal. The stakes, you talked about with the stakes in the Bad Batch, sometimes they weren't really there. Just in this trailer alone, man, I felt on edge with all the shots.
It was so palpable. I am so pumped for this trailer. And again, for you guys who haven't watched or you don't want any sort of spoiler whatsoever, I'm about to say something about what we see in the trailer. Not a big deal, but there's a couple of shots that I can just kind of talk about. Okay?
Do it, man.
This one shot where the dude has this staff and he goes, boom, and it just like erupts into this like windmill of lightsabers. Incredible. And that's such an anime thing. It's so anime. It is just dripping with anime. And I love it so much because I've never considered how good Star Wars could fit into that with the yelling and the crazy colors, but it's perfect.
Dude.
It's perfect, man.
It really is. And it draws in this idea of, how inspired George Lucas was with anime and all the different things that were out there.
This circle, right? It's this crazy circle of things feeding off one another, and you can just see it and feel it in this trailer. And even if you don't like anime particularly, if you like Star Wars, I think it's definitely worth a try and worth a trailer watch because wow, what a trailer. The music, man, was so good. And the fact that they're all little basically vignettes of Star Wars, I can't wait. What's your most hype?
From the trailer, like what I love the most?
Yeah.
That lightsaber. Exactly what you just
the
talked
windmill
about.
one where he just drops it. And
yes.
If
you go to Galaxy's Edge, and if they ever make this lightsaber purchasable, you best believe $2,000 they're probably going to charge for that thing. That's insane. That is, I don't even know if they can construct that, to be completely honest.
But someone's going to make it out there. TikTok, they have already made it.
And talk about like so many lightsabers just in general. Like, dude, goodness gracious.
Every scene there's lightsabers flying around. And that's one thing we don't get enough of in Star Wars itself is lightsabers. That's so cool. And these anime people are like, all right, how many can you fit on the screen? All right, we're going to double that because they're just lightsabers everywhere. And they're all cool. They're so cool what they're doing with these lightsabers. And like they're doing the little stun thing. And the dude's just like force stopping it midair where it goes circular, Awesome. We're going to see some cool force stuff, folks. And that's my favorite part of the entire franchise is force stuff, like what they can do with the force, because I feel like that's never really been touched on.
Yeah. And I can't wait until like something crazy in the force happens and fans like receive it really well. And then people in live action are like, oh, we're taking that.
Oh, that's going to happen. You better believe they're taking notes on, oh my God, that was awesome. We got to do this live action because I can already see there's going to be some cool stuff. There's that shot where the dude is he's shooting the gun and they just stop it with the force and throw it back at him. Like, come on, man. Because I always thought in my head, I'm like, if you have the force, why are you getting shot? Just go and deflect them all, right?
Yeah.
And it seems like they're doing a ton of that in this show, and I love it. And DJ in the live chat says, Visions has me hyped. I don't even like anime, and I am stoked beyond belief. Exactly, man. Exactly.
I fall under that same category.
Yeah. So I'm not a huge anime guy. I won't lie to you. Like, I don't not like anime. I just don't watch it a lot. The only anime I watch is Dragon Ball Z. I'm a big Dragon Ball Z guy. Have been forever, and that's the only real taste of that I've ever gotten. But man, I am so hyped about this trailer, and I've been itching to talk to you about this, because as you guys know, we do talk outside of this, but we try to keep it fresh and new when we get on the show. So we haven't talked about Vision's trailer at all.
No.
And so give me your overall thoughts of the entire trailer, though.
Well, like I said, I was really blown away, and I was excited for this project. Don't get me wrong, but after I watched the trailer, I was all on board. Now there is one kind of negative thing I do have to say.
Oh,
now everything was crazy in the trailer. We were getting these new locations. We were getting all of this new tech, this new vibe, these new force abilities, and then it pops up and says familiar locations, and it shows Tatooine. I'll be honest with you, I was a little bummed when I saw that for some reason, only because it felt so fresh and so new and clean and different. And then when I saw Tatooine, and we already knew that Tatooine was coming because we knew that Tatooine, like whatever, I don't remember what the title was, but we knew that was one of the stories that they were telling. I think
it's the musical one.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's the one where I think it's Joseph Gordon-Levitt that's voicing the. I don't know who.
Well, yeah, it's called Tatooine Rhapsody. That's right.
There you go, Tatooine Rhapsody. Goodness gracious! When I saw Tatooine pop up, I wasn't super just oh, that sucks. But it was I was really enjoying all of this crazy new stuff they were showing me. But they do have to throw in there. Oh, go back to this familiar location.
So I see exactly where you're coming from with this, and the fact that it's going to be a musical, kind of weird, man. That's the one I'm just like, what? We're getting out there now, boys. But I think the reason I'm okay with it is because there's been some interviews with the anime studios, and they talk about how important Star Wars is to their life, just like all the other filmmakers on Earth. But I think Tatooine holds this special place across the world.
Yeah, right? That's true.
And I think that's why when they could do anything they wanted to do, give or take, and they go to Tatooine for a musical. Mm-hmm. There's a reason, right? There's a reason for that. And I think it's going to be... Oh, go ahead.
No, sorry. I was just going to say, and give them props. I'm complaining about going to Tatooine because it's familiar, but sure, they're going there, but they're doing something that's totally not familiar to Star Wars while they're there. So I'll give them props for that.
Yeah, ballsy, right? Some may say. But there's another thing I want to talk about Visions.
Okay.
There's going to be an English dub of this show, which I just said Dragon Ball Z. That'll get me real hype, okay? Mm-hmm. And the voice actors on this, there's some big-time actors coming in to voice cast. And it all goes back to what I just said. All these people grew up with Star Wars, and they all want a chance to be in it. So let's just name a few, okay?
Okay.
So in the duel, I'm going to name some of the episode names. So if you're not familiar, when I start out, that's the episode name. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the duel. That's the one I'm most excited about. Yeah. You have Brian T. You have Lucy freaking Liu, right? Coming in here. Is that who I think?
Fill me in on who that is. I'm not sure.
You done made me.
See, I went in and in our notes, I highlighted all the ones that I was familiar with. Yeah, I was excited about. The ones that I did not highlight, I don't know who they are.
Okay, I'm right. It's Lucy freaking Liu, dude. She's in Charlie's Angels. She's in is she in Kill Bill? I believe. I think she's in Kill Bill, and she's in Kung Fu Panda. She's the snake.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, she's big time.
Yeah,
big time. So shout out Lucy Liu, and then Jaden Waldman as the village chief. I don't know that person.
No.
So. Does this tell us that there's only 3 characters in the whole show?
I don't know. I feel like maybe those are just like the
shout-outs,
the notable voice actors potentially. So, I don't know though.
The one we're talking about, Tatooine Rhapsody, the next episode here. Talk about a freaking cast, man. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, huge actor.
It's crazy.
Bobby Moynihan from SNL, huge Star Wars guy. Tamura freaking Morrison. I almost cussed on air because I'm hype about him coming back as Boba Fett in Tatooine Rhapsody. We're going to get singing Boba Fett, Keller.
Dude, I think there was a video recently of Tamara Morrison actually singing though, and it's pretty good. So I'm there for that.
Yeah, no, it's going to be him. He's going to be singing. Then you have Shelby Young and Mark Thompson. It's the shout outs here. But Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Tamara Morrison, hype. That gets me in on the episode. I was kind of on the fence about a musical on Tatooine.
Yeah.
But that gets me super, super hype. And DJ Foster says, sad that Keller only knows Lucy Liu from Kung Fu Panda. Shake my head.
It's the truth, man. I've never seen the other ones that you were listing.
I tweeted it out 2 nights ago. Kung Fu Panda trilogy, so underrated. So underrated. I recently just watched the 3 of them back to back because the 2 are on Netflix and the other one isn't, which is dumb. But what a good trilogy, man. So funny, so pure. You don't like Kung Fu Panda, Keller?
No, I enjoy it. It's good.
Okay,
it's good. I haven't revisited it.
You got to revisit it, and you're gonna be laughing, and you're gonna be like, "Wow, this is a good freaking movie." I'm telling you, I love some Jack Black in that show.
Fair enough.
Next, The Twins is the next episode, and we got Neil Patrick Harris. How I Met Your Mother.
Now that I know.
There you go. Is he? He's the doctor. Is it Doogie Howser? That's his name?
Huh?
Doctor?
Oh, the doctor. Are you talking about like?
I think that's him from back in the day.
Yes, from back in the day, he played some doctor.
Also
on some
in Gone
TV
Girl.
show.
I know from Gone Girl as well.
Oh, okay.
But Allison Brie, she's awesome. And then Jonathan Lippow.
Yeah, unfamiliar.
Then you got, I'm going to skip a few here, but
that's fine.
The Ninth Jedi. This one has me pumped too, man. Just a quick shout out of one person in particular, Simu Liu. Right? Guess who that is, folks? That's Shang-Chi on you. He's coming in hot to Star Wars. This guy's going to be blowing up all over the world, man.
Yeah, he probably is.
Apparently, but I'm just so happy to see him get some love. Other shout outs, we're getting Kyle Chandler. Shout out Friday Night Lights.
That's how I know him for sure.
Yep, he's coming in. Then we got David Harbour coming in.
What? Yeah, I'm surprised by that one.
Dude, yes, give me David Harbour. Yes. I love that dude. He was so good in Black Widow. And then we have Jordan Fisher. And then the last main shout out I want to call is Henry Golding. If you guys don't know him, I believe he is in the new Snake Eyes show.
He is the new Snake Eye. Yeah. And also, I think it was Crazy Rich Asians that he was in.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
You may be right, but let me look this girl up.
There's a lot of talented individuals
Jamie
on this
Chung.
list.
Yeah, we're just calling out a few here because we're just calling out a few. But and DJ says MPH is Doogie Howser. Yeah, that's what I thought. Doogie Howser, what up? And so, I mean, ton of amazing cast here. And it looks like that is the cast, by the way. Like, that's the characters in the show. So the duel, we're getting 3 characters.
Oh, okay. Hey, that's fine with me, honestly.
And I was going to say, that gets me even more hyped because that means we're going to get some intense happenings on that episode. Yeah. But with all that said, that's all we got.
Dude.
What a show. I know we pushed it a little long there, but
dude, that's fine, man. I had a blast talking about all of that stuff. And usually, I mean, that Visions trailer enough, if nothing else had come out, we would have been able to dissect that thing to last like a full hour. So if you have not seen the Visions trailer, by all means, go watch that Visions trailer.
Go watch it right now. Turn us off. That's how important it is. Turn us off. Go watch the Vision trailer because, wow, it's so good, man.
It was definitely mind-blowing, and hopefully you were a little mind-blown with how great Mando Talk is. So if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. We're on all of those platforms at Mando Talk, and we have a ton of fun on those platforms. And then Discord, click the link that's in the description. And we can't wait to continue this. Again, remember, podcast listeners, next episode will be out on a Friday. This will be the last one that we're doing it on Monday, so I wanted to let you know about that transition. Again, I think it just makes sense. I think it lines up with what Disney Plus is wanting to do, so we're going to follow suit and try to deliver the best content. And I think that's how we're going to do it. But I thank Zach Horvath for being back this week, and he'll be back next week. And you know, like he said, he'll be here as much as he possibly can, but you can go check him out over on Video Game Nightcap. And I can't wait to see you over there. And again, I will put that link in the description for those of you to go ahead and subscribe to that, because I think it's going to be starting soon, right?
That's right. August
go.
30th, baby. Not even 2 weeks. So a week from Monday, this coming Monday, a week from then, we're going to see the background change up a little bit. We're going to be drinking a little nightcap. We're going to be playing some video games, talking about video games. Let's go. Okay. Let's go.
I can't wait to see it, man. But any other final thoughts that you have to say to, all of our listeners?
Yeah, no, just thank you guys so much for, taking me in and letting me be a part of this as much as I have been. Thank you, Keller, for letting me join Mando Talk. It's been awesome. I'll be around, and may the force be with you.
Absolutely. And next week, me, Zach, and Rebel Scum Texan, DJ Foster, all of us, together to talk about Disney Gallery, The Mandalorian, making of season 2 finale, and maybe more Star Wars news. Who knows? There's a lot going on right now, so we might have more to talk about. And until then, we're going to get out of here. And as always, we have spoken.